Hello, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me in your home. It's beautiful. Guys, by the way, this is your host, Olayinka Omotayo Fambebe, aka Mrs. Fam, on your Real Talk with Mrs. Fam. So, where am I? Where am I? Dublin. Dublin, actually, County Dublin. What exactly is this place called?
Ballyboker.
Ballyboko. Oh my God. Peaceful, nice area, posh. Posh area. Like I said to you earlier on, this is a posh area. Do you agree?
You said so.
Thank you for having me in your home. Honestly, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. And I want you to introduce yourself, the many hats that you're wearing, because there's just so many hats that you have on. I want you to list them one by one.
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming to my house. You know you are family, always, anytime, any
Thank
day.
you.
My name is Betty Emelu. I'm a wife, I'm a mother. Professionally, I'm a social worker. Business-wise,
Hey.
I'm a property developer.
Hey, God, oh. God, when? That's how people say now. That's how people say. Like I said, many hats. Look at how many you have listed now.
So
Go
I'm
on.
still striving to be there. So I'm not there yet.
So that's who you are.
That's who I am.
You forgot to say you are a daughter, you are a sister.
Yes, I'm an auntie to lots of people.
So many hats that
Yes.
you're wearing. Okay, let's get into this. Can you tell me about your early life, in Nigeria what motivated you into coming, you were born and brought up in Nigeria, were you? I'm not.
Yes.
Yes, so.
Yeah.
I know what I say.
No,
So,
that's correct.
so, and then you decided to come abroad. What motivated you to coming abroad?
It's funny. My coming to abroad is just funny. Growing up in Nigeria was nice. We are 8 in my family, 8 children, very, very close.
I agree to that.
Because
Because I know your family, you're
Yeah.
very close.
That's true, all of us. So in 2002, yeah, I visited the UK. While visiting the UK, I called a friend and I said, I knew the friend was in Ireland. So in my head, in my mind, I thought Ireland was in the UK.
Okay.
So I called
You
this-
didn't know the difference.
No, I didn't know the
A
difference.
lot of
at
people
all.
still don't.
Exactly. So I called this friend up and I said, where do you live? I want to come and say hello to you. And she said, I'm in Ireland. I said, yeah, give me the address.
Okay. You thought it was just.
Exactly. Just tell me the bus number or the train number.
And I'll
And
come.
she said, no, it's another country. And I was like, Ireland. Where's that? She explained everything to me and she said, oh, actually, are you pregnant? If you're pregnant, come to Ireland. And I was like, do they use children as ritual in Ireland? Why?
Oh my God. I'm pregnant.
She said, you know, when you have a child, they give the child passport. And I was like, it's not possible. Just for me having a child. So I called my husband. I told my husband about it. And I was like, and my husband was like, I just go there and have the child and come to Nigeria. I thought about it and I was like, oh, I left his daughter. And I left my daughter with him in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Then my other son was with my mom. I said, no, I need to go back.
Yeah.
And bring my kids, if that's the case, because I don't know what might happen. Thank God I did that.
So your friend kind of motivated your settling.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
That was one part of it. So then my intention was to come have the baby actually. But prior to me coming to the UK, something happened in Nigeria. Armed robbers came to our house twice.
Okay.
And that put fear in my heart, even up to now.
The trauma is still
The
there.
trauma is still there. I'm still scared that, oh my God, they might come at any
back,
time.
yeah.
So when my friend said that about Ireland, I was like, oh my God, it's an opportunity for me to relocate. And that was just the beginning.
So would you say because of security? Because if that could cause so much trauma,
Exactly.
it's related to security.
That's
so
right.
you felt coming abroad, you had more,
Exactly.
security.
And
Oh,
more,
that's good.
yes.
And I think for a lot of people, security is one of the reasons why they have decided
Yes.
to
So relocate.
to relocate,
That's
which,
true.
which is a good thing. And since coming here, how do you balance, like being a wife? You mentioned that you're a social worker. I know you went back, you had to go back to uni to get your master's degree or maybe social work degree. And so, how did you manage all of that? And then you're working at the same time and raising children.
Mhm.
Tell me how you managed.
I always say one thing about myself. I always say I'm a sponge, and I always sponge in everything. And I always believe that if anything I want to do, if I put God first, except I don't want to do it and God is not in it. If God is in it, and I am willing, and I am willing to pay the price, because nobody is saying that going to school as an adult, having kids and having your children mates in your class, that their brain is kind of like hot, it's going to be the same as yours. The thing is that going back to school, if I say this, it's funny, and I'm saying this to my fellow mothers out there that they did not have the opportunity to go to university in Nigeria, and you want to do it. It's doable. Coming to
doable.
Ireland, my kids were very small. When my children were small, I couldn't go to school either.
So would you say Ireland kind of provided that enabling environment for you and the opportunities,
100%.
and then you took advantage of it?
Yes.
And then
Yes.
so you're advising people now, it is not too late.
It is not too late.
Is that the message you're passing on?
100%. It's not too late. If your kids are still small and you have the intention of going to school, it is doable. It is doable. It is doable. When my kids finished primary school and they're in secondary school, and when they entered secondary school, I said, okay, it's time for me to go. I discussed with my husband, and we agreed that I should go, and he would kind of like stay behind and look after the kids while I'm busy.
So that means there has to be mutual agreement and good communication between couples.
100%, because without that, when the pressure of exam assignment reading comes in, you won't be able to concentrate in class if there's nobody there helping you with the kids, because the kids they are still not the adults at that stage. They were still young. So with the help of my husband, I went back to school. I did my first degree. I had my first degree, had the second one, even before I decided to go and do my master's in social work.
I was just coming to that. I was just going to ask you, what motivated you to become a social worker as a matter? I mean, there are so many courses out there, nursing, what other courses, maybe like physio. There's so many other things you can have gone into. Why social work? And I'm going to ask you why social work, because, not because I'm a social worker, but because we have this kind of public, like the way the public perceives social workers as, some people see social workers as people who take other people's children or who destroy people's relationships, and but that's not what we stand for.
No,
that's not what we are.
So opposite
exactly.
is what we stand for.
We're just there to protect people, be people's voices. People who are voiceless. And safeguard people. Challenge bad situations, and
Yeah.
So what motivated you to be is there a particular reason, or you just like the profession, just liking sake?
Actually, social work for me, that wasn't what I intended doing.
Okay, go on.
Myself, I thought social worker, they are the ones that work, like they give out weekly money and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, and I was thinking, okay, because a lot of us that relocated to Ireland, we did not even know our right from our left. A lot of us does not even know what we are entitled to. When we came to Ireland, we were being told, somebody else will tell you this is what you are entitled to. You go to another desk and they go, no, you are not entitled to that, because we did not know. Okay. A lot of us missed out.
Okay.
So when I was saying to myself, I would love to do that. Then I have not that close friend that something happened and her children were taken off her.
Okay.
And when she related the story to me, she omitted so many things about what transpired.
Okay.
That they took her kids. And I was like, how can you just take somebody's children like that?
So that was the narrative that you got.
That was the narrative I got. And I was angry. And I was like,
were you angry at the system?
Yes. Because I didn't know.
You felt she wasn't treated properly.
Exactly. She wasn't given fair treatment.
Yes. Okay. I like this topic.
Yes,
It's interesting.
exactly. So, and I was thinking, I was angry at the system. Look, is it because of this small thing that you took her children
Yeah.
away from her? But you know what's funny?
Mm.
Even as we speak, I know the social worker that is handling her case. She didn't tell me the
Imagine.
whole story. She
Imagine.
omitted so many of that stories, what she did.
Mm.
As a social worker, I know that, okay, that got me, that kindled my interest in what exactly is social work.
Okay.
What do they do? And this
Are they truly
exactly
what people say they are?
Yeah. Do they have so much power to the extent that
Oh, I
they can
like
just
that
walk,
word power.
Yeah, walk into your
Do
house.
they have that much
power to walk into your house and just yank away your kid
And tell you, I'm taking your kid from you.
and that's it. So then I started thinking, what is this all about?
Yeah. Do they have guidelines?
Exactly. Meanwhile, at that stage, I was a social care worker. I was working as a social care worker.
Okay.
And as a social care worker, you advocate for the people you are working with, you integrate them into the community, you know, you kind of like, even you support them to advocate for themselves if it's the one that can
Make
speak.
them independent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Empower people.
I empowered
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So I was thinking, okay, that's it. Then when I started researching into social work, and I was like, okay, as a social care worker, I need, even if I'm going to empower you, I can't just do that.
No.
I need somebody. Yeah, I need not only knowledge. I can't just say, oh, this is what I want to do concerning Mrs. Pham. I need to go through somebody. But as a social worker, I can advocate for you and stand by it and say, Mrs. Pham, do you need this?
Yeah.
If Mrs. Pham agree and say, oh, this is what I need, I can stand and say, Mrs. Pham need this, and this is what we are going to.
Oh,
she
like
is
that.
the center of it. She is the best teacher. She is the best.
You're like the voice.
Exactly. No, I'm the voice that supports the voice.
Yeah. That's
You
it.
know,
That's
I'm
it.
the voice that supports the voice.
Yeah.
Because it's not about my life.
Yeah.
It's about Mrs. Pham life.
Yes.
And Mrs. Pham is the best person to know what is good for her.
That's
not
it.
me.
Not you.
So my own is to enlighten Mrs.
You're
Pham.
working with her.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm working with her to enhance her voice.
Yes.
You know, to make her to be at the center of her life.
That's it.
To support her whatever
Our wishes.
our
Because our
wishes,
wishes have to be
our wishes
respected.
is
Yes.
what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
To support our wishes. Now, having said that, her wishes might not be my wishes.
That's where your own ethics and values
come in. Yeah,
and that's why you have to
cultural
respect.
competence
That's it.
coming into it.
Yeah.
So, because in my culture,
It's different.
or the way I was brought up is different from Mrs. Pham,
Yes.
that does not mean that what she's saying or what she wants for herself is bad.
Even wrong decision.
Wrong decision.
People are
Exactly.
allowed to make wrong decisions.
Exactly. But in social work, you don't, in social care, you think, oh, what, Mrs. Pham will like this. But in social work, it's different. It's not about me. It's not about what I think.
It's about
It's
this
about
person.
the services. What do they want?
Yeah.
Because what I want,
especially when they have capacity to make that decision.
Decisions,
and
yes.
then when they don't, that's where you come in as
yes,
well.
yeah.
To
Even
have the
when
best
they have
interest
the
meeting
capacity
with
to
friends,
make
their
that
family and
yeah.
other professionals.
Even then, when they have the capacity to make that decision, knowledge is key. I am there to give them the knowledge
of what they are deciding,
or what they are deciding.
different options that is available
exactly,
for them.
and the good and the bad side of each options.
You're right.
Then I leave you to decide on what you want. So and I said, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to be able to support people, you know, like instead of what I thought was the stand of a social worker, instead of just yanking children.
So you actually went into social work because from your friend's experience, you wanted to know more.
Yes.
About are these people really what they say they are or who they say they are?
Exactly.
But now that you found out that that's not it, have you been able to encourage more women that okay, this is what social work stands for? It's for, you know, helping people, supporting people in the community. You know, have you been able to do that?
100%. I'm like, a mouthpiece, a flag bearer for social worker. Anywhere I go, I try to say, this is not what social work do. So in fact, actually, I explained to people countless times, yes, in Ireland, you don't smack, you don't beat. Yes, but he did this, and I was angry. You've said, that's your truth. You know, you said the truth. And the social worker will now sit down.
That wouldn't be allowed. It's not allowed.
Yes,
to
the
do
social
that.
worker will now sit down and say, you see,
illegal.
that is not allowed.
Yeah.
It is illegal. Then that is when the social worker will now say, okay, these are the pathways that we can go. You can go for parental courses. What do you think that we need to put in place? Is in conjunction with you?
Something like protection,
Exactly.
protecting the child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What can we do now to support you to make sure that when you are angry,
Do you need to go for some
exactly
courses
anger
to
management
manage your anger?
and stuff like that?
What is causing you to do this? You know,
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
because if you don't
but
know,
at the same time, we want to safeguard that child. If that child needs to be
be
removed,
yeah, exactly.
that child will be
Will
removed.
Exactly.
You know,
if that child is in, I can see that the child is
you know,
continuous harm.
it's at risk.
Yes,
you
it's
know.
at risk of continuous harm.
Yes.
We will protect
know.
the child and remove the child.
Oh.
But that is not the first thing.
So you're saying that you have to look for measures to protect. I mean, to find out why has that happened.
Exactly.
So maybe you want to find out from school, from GP,
yes.
from other
Exactly.
professionals.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I say that you belong to some women group. You know, you go to some meetings. What's that about? You want to tell me about that? I know you've been in this group for like many years, and then you have your parties, and I see all the ashwebis, and you know, I see you're very social.
Yeah.
So what brought you into such groups, and what's the benefit of being in a part of a group like that?
Okay. Look,
women coming together.
Exactly, women coming together, we all go through different things.
Yeah.
And apart from your work, apart from your family, as a woman, you need to associate with people, other people that are women, that maybe you have the same background, you have the same idea, you have the same. When you start socializing with other women, for example, as a mother, there are maybe some things happen at home and you are thinking, it's happening to only me alone. But when you start talking to other mothers,
so supporting each other,
to other people, you realize that, oh my God,
I'm not alone.
I'm not alone. That support alone, that
key.
realization alone that you are not alone is key.
And do you know that social life for other people, that's the only form of social life they have.
Exactly.
They look forward to it. I don't know how many times a month or in a year that you have your meetings.
Once a month.
So how do you do it? Do you do it like in this person's house, or
no? We have a place.
joint?
We have a place that we go to do it, and we do it once in a month, whereby people come together, we laugh. It's not just only about comedy and talk. We talk about how the things that will benefit us, that will benefit each other.
So like things like what?
For example, if your child is getting married,
good.
We are there. We sew ashwebi for you.
Okay.
If you don't want ashwebi, no problem. We contribute financially
to
support you.
Support.
Yeah, financial support. You see other women there too. Women that you are in the same club together. That they are there. What can I do for you? What can I bring?
What about networking? You know, like work related. Do you discuss things like that as well? Like, do you empower other women?
Yes, I'm coming to that.
Yeah.
Then, like, when you know that when you need a support from me, I am there as somebody that is in your meeting. You can come here and say, oh Betty, I want you to do this for me. I want you to go and pick somebody. Say you're having a party, pick somebody from the airport for me. For example, you are contemplating on what to do. You can call me and say, Betty, I know you're a social worker. Oh, Janet, I know you are a nurse. Oh, Angela, I know you are selling clothes. I want to go into this. What do I do? And another thing we do is, there was a time where we were doing, if you are hosting, it might be, you teach us something. It might be teaching us how to do your gele. It might be teaching us how to apply your makeup.
Or maybe bake cake, photography.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, you do things like that as well.
We do things like that to empower, because
So how can one join your club if I say I want to join now? Is there a fee? Do I have to sign some documents? What do I need to do?
It is voluntary.
Okay.
If you meet the criteria.
So what's the criteria?
because we need to be very careful.
So I have to be of good character.
Yes, we need to be very careful.
Mrs. Bad!
When you want to bring women together, you need to be very careful of the kind of women that you bring together.
Okay.
You know,
So you do like screening?
At 100%.
Okay.
And during that screening, if anybody has heard anything bad
So
about
do people vote? You know, like in some
No,
clubs,
no, it's
they
not about.
vote like, okay, we would have this person join us. You don't do that.
No, it's not about voting. It's just about we saying, okay, Mrs. Pham said she wants to join the club. Okay, somebody will bring you first of all.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be like your guarantor to say, I know Miss Pham very well. I know her. I've been with her. I've known her. I've been friends with her for 10, 15 years. She's of good character.
I vouch for her.
I vouch for her. So we can say, okay, then Betty, you are bringing Mrs. Pham. You are vouching for her. Does anybody know who Mrs. Pham is?
Apart from you.
Apart from me.
Okay.
So member of the meeting can say, oh yeah, I know her. And another thing we do is that we put like a picture in the group. And we say, oh, this is our new member. Does anybody know this person? So people will comment to say, oh my gosh, it's very troublesome. I saw her fighting at the supermarket the other day.
Okay.
Oh my
Local
God.
area.
She owes everybody money and she doesn't pay. Instead of her paying, she's always fighting. Oh my God, I saw her on the street fighting with her husband. And we're like,
Okay. No go area.
no go area.
So that's good. So you vet people before
Yes.
you accept for them to be a member.
Yeah. Although it's
of your
voluntary,
club,
yes.
even though it's voluntary,
Yes.
but still you have guidelines, you have your rules that they have to follow.
Exactly.
So when they're in the club now, you've admitted them, you know, they're a member. Is there something that they do and then you be like, you're off?
100%.
Okay, what
Yes.
is that? What is that?
Number one is that you need the way you need to carry
Punctuality?
yourself. No, that's not even part of the reason why
Okay.
you need to carry yourself very well. For example,
Because they're representing you.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Because if somebody see you tomorrow now you are fighting a lady,
Okay.
and somebody say, a member of your club member,
Uh-huh.
I saw her fighting a
So
lady.
they have to represent you well
Exactly
outside.
well.
Okay.
Or somebody said to me, oh, do you know Mrs. Pham? She's dating my husband.
Okay, oh, God for peace.
This guy is married. Yes, but I saw her in a hotel with my husband. Mrs. Pham.
So that kind of person
yeah,
is gone.
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone now.
It's gone now. Yeah.
Let's talk about Nigerians in diaspora. Okay, you've lived abroad many years, like I have done myself. You know, we have this thing about people living abroad. How do you balance, you know, like the expectations, like you're here, and then people back home? How do you manage, you know, the I don't like to use this word, but a lot of people say entitlement. You know, not just me now. Please don't come for Mrs. Pham. A lot of people say that. A lot of people feel they are entitled to their sister or brother or uncle, auntie, whatever that lives abroad, and then they put a lot of pressure on people in diaspora.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
Number one, I think that most of us are not being truthful.
Who is not truthful?
We, us that live in diaspora.
How?
How? Because when you go home, or even before you go home, you make them feel that you pick the money on the streets, that you don't work.
So do you go to Nigeria and say, look guys, I don't work but I make money?
No.
Is that what we do?
No, some people,
Okay.
even the way they talk about, before I even relocated abroad, when my uncles would come from America, and they would tell me, in America, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that.
We're
You know,
gonna.
it's not that difficult for us. You know, Nigeria shit. When you go to America, oh my God, this can happen.
And like I was in Nigeria, let's say for an example, I live in Nigeria, you know, like when your uncles will come, and I'll be like, oh my God, that's America.
Where everything
So
is
that's
free. Hey,
Look at it.
I want
this
to.
person that has gone in 1 year and came back and started building house.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
God.
when you now travel with that your perception and mentality, you are in Nigeria. Now I now travel back to America. You are in Nigeria. And I've told you everything is easy. That is the impression I gave to you, that
Yes.
everything is easy. I didn't factor into the how I'm not being truthful with you, telling you about how much I'm paying.
So you think some people are not being truthful?
Yes. Telling you how much I'm paying for my house rent. How much I'm paying.
So
for
is it
my-
that we're not saying enough? Like I think we just have that. That soft heart to help people.
It's not about help. It's not entitlement. Don't mix the two together.
Yeah.
Helping is when it's convenient for me.
But is it always convenient though?
No, I will explain. I will
Yeah.
explain that. When it's convenient, I don't mean when I've eaten and I'm full and it's falling out of my mouth. That is not it. For example, I'll give you an example. I have to pay my children's school fees now. Yeah, and you're talking about me helping you, and you are saying, "Oh, it's just 100,000. It's just 200,000."
That's bringing me to the now. Thank you for saying it's just 100,000.
Yeah.
I want to say when you eventually now from not being convenient because you say you have to pay your children or maybe your child's school fees, something like that, and then you manage out of not having it to send maybe whatever they have asked for, and then you get a text message saying, "Oh, thanks." How do you feel?
I don't feel anyhow. That is where boundary settings come in.
I like you for that. And then you just say,
That's fine.
thanks.
That's okay. I don't have problem with that. Shemi is saying.
I'm just saying that. Am I the only? I just asked you this question because I'm asking a lot of people this question.
You know, the right.
Am I the only person that kind of feel offended? And for you not to call and say thank you, and then all you can do is send a text message and say sing and thanks. But when you needed this money, you were calling me day and night.
Can I say something?
Thank
Sis?
you, please say it.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Because you yourself have not set the boundaries.
Is that why?
Yes.
I didn't set it.
You didn't set it.
Okay.
And if you fall for, if you are not setting boundary, you fall for everything. Then you become the rag and the man. Do you know, I will tell you something now, in a family. Do you know that the person that does not give in any family, do you know that person, they will know the person for the person's behavior?
Okay. They will not really. I want it.
Do you know that they will not go to the person? And funny enough, the day the person will give a penny,
they will appreciate it.
Oh my God. They will say, he gave you. Go and be thanking your staff.
Let's go to the next one. How do you stay resilient? How do you stay, despite all the challenges of, being a mother, a wife, all the many hats that you're wearing, how do you stay resilient? How do you stay motivated and concentrating on everything that you're doing? Because I know everything you do, you're doing good. What's that drive that keeps you going?
Number one, the drive is me loving myself unconditionally. Because nobody is going to do it for you. I love myself to the extent that I know that I've got to do it.
You've got to do it.
I've got to do it.
Regardless.
Regardless, I have to do it. And you talk about resilience. You talk about motivation. You don't need anybody to motivate you. I always look at the light at the end of the tunnel for me. We mentioned school earlier on. I didn't set out to start school and finish 4 years. That was not in my dictionary. I set out to start school 1 year at a time. Finished year 1. I said to myself, Betty, if you finish first year, think about it. Do you want to go back? And I said, okay, first year is gone. Okay, let me try second year. Because it will have been too cumbersome for me to think about being in school for 4 years. My brain won't be able to take that.
But you did.
Yes, but I did. Because I set the task and goals that is achievable for myself. That's for myself, rather. That was why I said, nobody will motivate you if you don't motivate yourself.
So you have to love yourself. You have to have that dream, what you want to become, regardless of the situation.
Yes.
Because we have a lot of challenges, This thing that you're saying is not easy.
Tara,
As a mature student, it's not easy. Assignments, dissertation, projects, presentation, all of that. It's not easy. But you know what? Like you said, you have to be motivated.
Number one. And number two, you have to think about what is the price.
Yes.
At the end of all this.
And what about the people that you surround yourself with?
Okay, I will tell you about myself. When I went to school, when I entered school to do my BSc, my friends, they did not go to, none of them was in the university.
At the time.
I even have friends that said to me, at your age. Funny enough, when I was doing my first degree, my son was doing his first degree. My first son was in the uni, and I was in the uni. In the one, everybody would say bye bye. And funny
Mommy
enough,
is going to school, son
yeah,
is going to
and
school.
funny enough, I was doing full-time job and full-time education, but I didn't allow my son to work. I told him that, look, concentrate on your education.
That's being a mother now.
Yes, concentrate on education. And do you know, let me shock you today. None of my friends, all of my friends have degree. All of the people I surround myself with. Some are even enrolling to do their masters, even as we speak.
But that's why, for now, you're just going to be like a role model.
Exactly.
Because they've seen you do it. Sometimes we want to see people do things before we, go ahead. But now that they've seen that,
it's doable.
She's done it, and, she's fine.
And
do it
before
too.
you say anything, I'll ask you something. I'll tell you, when I went to school, no government gave me penny for Susie. I paid school fees. When I was in school, my son was paying school fees and I was paying school fees. I have five.
That must be a lot of financial issues.
I don't look, for me personally, I don't look at the problems. I look at the reward.
Very good.
That's my motive.
That's one thing I'm taking away from this conversation. You don't look at the problem.
No.
You look at the
reward.
What
am I going to get at the end of this? And that is a big thing that motivates me. And I always have this.
You don't look at whatever is happening. No. Where you're going to is where you're faced.
At the back of my head, I always know that if it comes on a platter of diamond, you're watchful. Something is wrong. Because if it's that easy, everybody will take it.
Right, yeah.
So, no.
I'm with you.
Yes, that is not something. There will always be obstacles.
It's not always straight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
but we must be ready to face it.
Exactly.
That's what I can take out from what you're saying.
Yeah.
Let's go on this thing about internet. All this like the generation that we are now. We were most likely on the internet almost I don't know how many hours a day. Maybe because of the kind of work that we do. That's where other people make their money. And I mean, internet is everything now. Banking, buying anything, we go online. Do you think that people are sharing too much on the internet? Like living life that, that's not exactly who they are, or sharing too much about their families that really shouldn't be there. I know we like a week ago or something on the Kosoro Evergreen Radio, we had this discussion about, are we sharing too much? Are we protecting our family's privacy? Like we celebrate children's milestone, they take, they walk, they have their birthdays and all that. Do you think that people are sharing too much about their children or about their relationships or about their work? What do you think?
Personally, I believe that you should live the life the way you want. Your life the way you want it. It's not my life.
Posting it.
Me, personally, I don't like it. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't post.
Okay.
Number one, you might be doing content. You might be posting for content. Who am I to judge you while you are posting? That's what brings food to your table.
Okay.
It's like you telling me not to go to work in the morning because you don't like getting up in the morning to go to work.
So for you, is posting content is what, I mean, if they are comfortable with it. But what about, looking back, some things that people post and they look back in, say, another 10 years, would they be happy on what they put out there? Like things that they've shared out of anger or, too much. We talked about security as well, about people putting out things, I mean this, I mean that, I'm not home. And then some people said burglars come into their home whilst they're away because maybe they share too much, their location and all that. Do you think people may have regrets looking back? Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Mrs. Farr,
don't say it's not your business.
There is consequences for every action that you take.
Good.
And where you're taking the action today, think about if you as a person thinking about your action, and I always say this thing to everybody that I come across, I always say, if the gain right now outweigh the pain for you, and you choose not to think about the future, go for it.
Finally, I want to say thank you. But before I let you go, I want you to, for the people watching us, the ladies that are going out or thinking of going into a relationship, having families, or because I'm married now, I don't have time to do this, or because I have a child or I have children, I can't do this, or because I'm this age, I can't do this. What advice do you have for them? Or people who are thinking of relocating, from Nigeria or wherever they are planning to relocate from. What advice do you have for them?
You ask me too many questions.
At the same time.
Number one, if you're married, you have a child, please, sister, love yourself. Unconditionally. Look after yourself. I am closer to 60 than I am to 50.
Oh my God.
Look after
so far for your
yourself.
age.
That is number one. Number two, you are not impressing anybody. The only person you can impress abroad is yourself.
It's yourself.
Number two. Number three, you want to relocate. It is doable, but just know, what do you want to do? And know
What do you want to do?
Let that be part of your plan. Not just that I want to relocate. When you
Why
get
do
there,
you want
why
to
do you want to relocate?
relocate?
And what do you want to do?
And what do you want to
And
do?
don't get me wrong, when you get abroad is a leveler for the people that don't know what they are doing. But for the people that know what they are doing, it's not such a leveler. Because yes, everybody will come into the system, they will pass through the system. What you do, that is the thing that will set you apart.
So does it start with who you talk or roll with?
Yes, that is the next thing I want. That's the next thing I want to talk about. When you're going abroad, the circle you find yourself will determine a lot of things for you.
It will. It definitely
A
does.
lot of things. For example, you come into abroad and you start all this quick job, and you don't have people there that say, look, don't stay here. Don't stay here. You allow that £5, £10, £20 that you are getting now to be a veil that covers you. You are not looking at, if I can just do this.
Because you can move from being this job
Yes.
to that job to that job. You can transfer your skills from one thing to the other. Just because everybody, they're doing one particular job does not mean you have to do that.
Yes.
Do you encourage people to learn, back in Nigeria, we have people who are plumbers, carpenters, bricklayers, people, hairdressers, makeup artists, and then everybody comes and then they forget about all of these jobs. And you're like, are you telling me that nobody, where are the people that knows how to make cake? They do event planning and all of that. They do MCs, DJs, and everybody is in 9-to-5 job. You're like, come on, guys.
And it's
Where
not
are all
a 9 to
these
5
skills?
job, night and day job. No, 9 to
no.
5 job is a skill job.
Maybe-
It's a professional job.
Maybe I'm trying to push it. I'm just trying to be pushy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, maybe you do like 12-hour shifts and then you do that 7 days a week. And then you have your handiwork. Is your work?
The thing is that
That can make more money
I'm
for
telling you, I will speak Yoruba, sorry for if you don't
That's
understand Yoruba.
fine. This
They
is
say
evergreen.
ọ̀nà ọjà.
Yeah.
You different from tell us the way where person where you shop.
Okay. Like, can you translate
It
that
means
for us?
that one way is not enough.
Okay.
That's what make a tailor, fashion designer now, the way they call them now. He's still using one side to sell
So that means side hustle.
side hustle.
Is that what you're trying to say?
If you are a Tyler in Nigeria and you are in the
Tyler, that's
yes,
a
you are in the
trade.
system and you want to do quick job, say 12-hour shifts, and you are doing tiling by your side. What's wrong with that? I do
Side
loads
hustle.
of things as my side. Me, I have a hair shop online, whereby when I'm not doing when I'm not doing my 9 to 5
Yeah.
job, when I'm watching television, I'm sewing somebody's hair,
See?
and that is bringing money
That is
to me.
So
as
all
a
your
side hustle.
skills, you're using it to make money, extra
Seriously,
income.
extra income.
Very good.
I
Very
need
good.
extra
Thank you
income to
so
fuel my
much.
life. That's what I used to say.
Thank you.
I like life. I like expensive things.
Hey,
I
I
like to look
trust
nice.
I
So
trust
I
you.
need money to fuel it,
Yeah.
and I have to find legitimate way.
Legitimately.
Because
Thank
I can't
you
even
so
I can't even try to do anything. You know our job.
Oh no! I know you've been very hardworking, and you have a very good family. You've raised your kids well. You're a good wife. I know, I know you're proper. And I just wanted to say thank you so much. Honestly, I honestly want to appreciate this opportunity. I'm not taking it for granted in any way. And thank you for being a good host. Guys, she's a good host. So, and I hope that when we want to invite you on Real Talk with Mrs. Pham, you would, honor our request.
Just let me know in time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
And